Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favorite paranormal investigator. I'm Tim Sedano. This is Paranormal Insight, and welcome. Today on the show, I have the host of David Don't Know, also the guy behind Down the Rabbit Hole, among a myriad of other podcasts. Please join me in welcoming Dayvid Salinas. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Tim. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Pleasure's mine, man. Ours. My audience loves you. They talk about you all the time.
Yes.
Traction.
Yeah, I love it.
For sure. First question.
Mm-hmm.
When did you first get involved with and or find your passion for the paranormal?
Oh, I've always had a passion for it ever since I was a little kid. I grew up in Corpus Christi, Texas. There's a naval base there. And I was kind of enthralled with Project Blue Book, the show. I don't know if you remember that.
The TV show?
Yes, sir. Love the show. And I was just, they used it as a way to debunk everything, right? But I always imagined, what if that's true? What if they're wrong? And what if they, there are aliens, and what if they abduct you? And what if they take you up on the spaceship? And I was just so enthralled with that. And I so wanted to see one so bad. But I lived in, like I said, Corpus Christi, Texas. There's a naval air base not 8 miles away.
Okay.
And so every night when I would go to bed, I would look out the window and see lights, and I would think, "Oh, it's them! It's them!" It was just, cool. And it started from a very young age. And then I mean, if you want to go back a year and a half, apparently, my parents were renting a house before they had theirs built. They bought their house, so we're living in this street, and it was called Casper Street, which is hilarious. Yeah, but apparently, that house was haunted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was a year and a half years old, and I had my own room, I was in the crib. And one night my mom said that I was screaming my head off because I was at the end of my crib looking back, screaming at something that wasn't there.
Oh, shit.
And
were
so
you punching at it and everything, freaking out? And
I think that was my first interaction with the paranormal. It turns out the house was owned by oh my God, what is?
Dun. We may have lost the connection, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what
Yeah, sorry. It's a connection issue. Bear with us. Just it'll correct in a minute.
I am here.
You're here. Yeah, we had a little hiccup on this end. Sorry. Gotcha. If you could repeat that, what you just said.
Yeah, so it was the previous renter was like I'm trying to think, like a Romanian, can't remember the word for it.
Oh, Romani, gypsy, kind of
like a gypsy. That's it. She was a gypsy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was he was a letter carrier, so he worked that route. And he was talking to the neighbor one day. He said, "Okay, this house is for rent. Is a pretty good house?" And he goes, "Yes, it's fine, but the lady that used to live there cursed me. And I suggest you don't rent it because I've lost my wife, I've lost my house, and I'm about to lose my house." He was about to lose his house, and everything's just going wrong. She cursed me because she had 2 daughters. I have 2 sons, and she was trying to get them together, right? And Dad ignored that and rented the house anyway. And
I hate to do this to you, but I'm gonna have to ask you to repeat yourself again. We had another interruption, another lag in the line here.
Where were we at?
You want to get the sons and the daughters together, but
okay. So he was trying to get them. The gypsy was trying to get them together. He refused, so she put a curse on him. And so my dad basically ignored this guy's warning and rented the house. So things started to happen. My parents had a very good relationship. They had just had me a year and a half, and my dad started to change a little bit. And there was something very odd. They didn't understand. He was ready to leave. I mean, at some point he was just ready to go. He did have an experience though outside My dad came home late one night. I guess he went to the bar and came home late.
Okay.
And he was walking to the door and he heard a whistle.
Ooh, you know what they say about whistling at night. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And he looked up at the tree. Man,
Yeah, no, this connection failed again. It's
how does that
weird.
keep happening? Okay.
I don't know. The internet stinks. Which is weird because I'm on the hard line and it shouldn't be that bad. So he heard a whistle.
Right. Let me see if it's me, maybe I can stop some stuff here. Hold on.
That's what I have to do. I have to stop everything in the background.
Yeah, I want to make sure there's no things rolling. Okay. The old man. he hears that whistle. He looks up because it's coming from the tree. And when he looks up, he sees a woman doing this.
In the tree?
In the tree. He said it was an old woman. And my dad is not he doesn't believe in any of this stuff. He's not a paranormal guy.
Yeah.
He thinks it's all, he doesn't believe in aliens. He doesn't believe in any of this. And here he is telling me that there's a woman in the tree doing this. Come here. Freaked him out, obviously. He went around the other side to go into the other entrance. And is it still going?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. He went around to the other entrance, got inside the house, and yeah. So they called my grandparents. They came out to the house, and then they found, oh my God, they found that in the front yard there were 4 different holes where some certain weird things were buried. They were like tied to a whole bunch of, like a little man tied to a little thing, tied to another thing.
Oh.
And apparently this woman had left that in the house. Whoever was going to live there was going to be like kind of cursed or whatever.
Yeah. I know what that's shoot. I know the name for that too. It's on the tip of my tongue.
It is weird,
Yeah,
man.
it's a type of magic.
Yeah.
Not necromancy. I keep calling it the wrong word.
I bet JJ would know.
JJ would know off the top of her head. Yeah. Let's give her a call. No, I'm just... Big hello to Heidi, who joined us in the chat. Hi, Heidi. Welcome to the show. We are having connectivity issues throughout this interview, but we're going to press on. Davey keeps freezing, at least on my end. I don't know about anyone else, but so if there is...
you keep freezing on my end.
Yeah. Oh, and you totally went... Okay, you're back.
Yeah, this is very bizarre.
Yeah. And it's
snowing there? Awesome.
It's snowing in Colorado. Very cool. We rarely get snow in California, at least in the valleys of California. Up in the hills, we get them all the time. But I mean, right. Where I live, it snows once like every 12 or 13 years or something like that, when weather permitting, of course. But it's
the same thing.
Yeah.
I think the last time was about 2021. We had a pretty heavy snow, which is... It's rare for that to happen. Before that, I can't even tell you how long it was before we had snow. But that year was pretty crazy. Going back to what I was saying. So after all that stuff, I've just always been enamored with paranormal. It's a passion for me to just go down the rabbit hole and look at stuff and try to figure stuff out, or learn about new things that are unusual. I love anything that's unexplained. And that's basically where I got the name. I kept going down these rabbit holes and I said, why don't I just make a page called Down the Rabbit Hole? So that's what I did. Surprisingly, there were a ton of them. Out there. So I had to, do the name a little different. And then slowly I started to work my way up. And now we are at 750,000 followers on all platforms.
Nice. Yeah, very well done.
Very surprised to be here. I didn't expect this at all. This was just for me. It was fun for me.
Yeah.
And I thought, let me make a page where I can do I will find things that I think are interesting, right? And I'll share what because I would watch all these shows, and it would be 30 minutes of one good video.
Yes. Yes.
And the
rest are just,
where I wish I didn't watch the show.
Right. Just complete crap.
So I thought I can. I'll find stuff I think is interesting.
I'm gonna try something there on my end. See if that helps.
I'll share it.
It probably did not. No, because he's totally cut off. This is fun. This is really fun. Okay. Yeah, here we go. All right, he's back.
Yeah.
Good
I'm looking
times.
at my end to see if we can.
And I'd say let's shut down and come back in, but we're live.
I interviewed you recently, right? It was like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Where the weird ones are, and
sure.
our episode just dropped the other day. We didn't have this problem, and I use StreamYard too, so I'm kind of confused. But
it could just be the time of day, the connection, a bunch of different things. I'm going strictly on Wi-Fi now, so instead of going through the hard line. So sometimes, which is weird. You think the hard line would be more reliable, but
right. And we're both techs, right? We're both technical people.
Exactly.
It's hilarious.
Let me try a different IPN. Something like that. But yeah, okay. So you were hip from way back when you were a kid. Did you have any other paranormal experiences?
I didn't for a long time. After that initial whatever, I grew up. I had I was very Catholic growing up. I was very and at some point I decided that that's not for me anymore.
Yeah. And
so I kind of shunned everything that was spiritual, anything that was religious. And so I did not believe in ghosts. I did not believe in anything. I was trying to be like my dad, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He didn't believe in any of that stuff. And I thought, well, he's probably right, And then around 2014, I had two weird experiences, count them, 1, 2. And I'll tell you about the second one. The first one was too bizarre.
Yeah, we're still getting that interference again. Okay, making sure my connections are cool. Let me try something else here. Let's see if that helps at all. Connections on the internet can be fun. So I think we'll have to wait for David to recycle.
Here I am.
Oh, here he is. Okay.
Both of us were spinning for a second. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah? Okay. It was just you for a second on my end. But okay, so 2 of them. You're going to start with the second one.
Right. So did you hear any of the first one? Not a thing, huh?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go with the second one. So basically, there was a fire in my apartment. Actually, the apartment above mine. And so it basically burned through to mine. So I couldn't stay there. I had to find a place to go. The Red Cross was going to put me up in a Holiday Inn, and then my sister called and said, "Come stay with me." All right. So I go stay with her guest bedroom. And that night, me and my dog Charlie were asleep. I was sleeping on my right side. I cannot sleep unless the door is shut and locked.
Okay, I'm with you.
So it was closed and locked. I was asleep on my right side. My little dog was at my chest. And then I was like awakened by what I thought was my sister grabbing my shoulder and waking me up. And so she was doing this. And I thought, oh my God, what else? Is there another fire? I slowly looked up. I could feel this, but there was no one there. And then I looked at the door and it was closed and locked.
Okay.
And then I was right awake after that.
Right.
And I could still feel it. And I was like, what the hell is this? I don't know what's going on. And then I heard footsteps on the ground where there was no one there. It walked around the bed and it stopped behind me. And that's when I heard it giggle. I heard a little child giggle inside a room where I'm the only human being in there. My dog wakes up. I expected her to start barking her head off because she's a little Chihuahua mix. I thought for sure she doesn't do anything. She's freaked out like I am, right?
Oh, I see. She wasn't happy about it. She was in fear. Okay, I get you.
I see another stop here. Okay, we're back. We're back, right?
Okay, we're back.
Yeah. Okay. I'm catching when we're stopping, and I'm stopping, and then that way, when I see it come back, because see, it did it again.
Yeah,
it did it again.
There's a little bit of a stutter right now.
There we go.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, I caught it. And again, and here we go. I apologize to your audience, Tim. I hope it's not me.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah. Okay. So it walks back to face me. I could hear it walking, and it's in front of me. I had already pulled my blanket above my head. I did that thing where I'm hiding, and I was scared. I'm not lying to you. I'm being honest here. I was terrified, but I've always wanted to see a ghost, see it, right? So I picked up the blanket just to see if there's something facing me, and there was nothing there. But when I did that, I could hear it tapping on the wall, and it was 3 taps.
Oh,
and then a little bit, and then it was 3 more taps. I had a hard time sleeping. I was so scared. I was frozen in place. I couldn't get up.
Okay.
I was just terrified because
you're just paralyzed,
Yeah. I don't know about you, but for me, a child's voice that's not there.
Yeah.
To me, that's I couldn't deal with that, man.
That giggles, that's no.
Yeah. So it turns out it's a little boy, because the next morning I asked my sister, I said, "Hey man, something weird happened." And she goes, "Oh, you experienced it too?"
Oh no.
I was mad. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, a little forewarning, dude. Come on.
She says that my parents experienced something. She always experienced something. That's her. Not only is that her guest bedroom, but it's her crafts room and whatnot. She'll go in there and do stuff. She says stuff will fall off the shelf. She'll put it right back, and then it'll fall off again. So it's like deliberately something is going on there.
Yeah.
And then my nephew, her son, he was about 3 or 4 years old at that time. He would talk in that room to someone. So she thought it was an imaginary friend at first.
Oh no.
So it's normal. He's at that age. He's probably making up some person to, whatever. He's an only child, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Turns out, no, not, because this friend started to terrify my nephew to the point where he would run screaming out of the room.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it happened more than once.
Did you ever describe what he saw?
It's funny, we can never get him to talk. He was definitely traumatized because we couldn't take him to like a Halloween store.
Oh.
Even if we took him to Chuck E. Cheese, he would lose it because it would remind him of what he experienced. He does not, he's very tight-lipped about it. He's a teenager now, and he does not talk. So it's really hard to get him to say anything. But I'm going to ask him one day. I'm definitely going to ask him. But I'm very sensitive.
Down. Get some drinks in him.
Right. He won't drink. He was here at New Year's, and he won't drink.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what the hell, but anyway. Yeah, I that changed my life. I believed it now. Like I get it, because it sometimes it takes you experiencing it before you'll actually have a belief in it. And so that was the first time that ever happened to me. And now I take what people tell me and I don't dismiss it right away unless I pick up on certain context clues that are not telling me the truth. But the second thing that happened like that, as far as belief, is I met JJ Rose 777. So yeah. And then I told you about it, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." And I was like, "Oh God." I didn't believe in psychics, man. I did not believe in psychics.
Oh, I totally know what you're talking about there. Yeah.
I didn't believe in that stuff. But anyway, so I started that page back 2022, and I haven't looked back. I've posted every day since then, since July of 2022. And I just was recently reminded by by Instagram that I have a 180-week streak of posting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
3.5 years. So it's like every single day, Saturday, Sunday, even holidays, I'll do it. I was in the ER ICU back in December of 2024. Had a heart attack.
Man. You had a heart attack?
A massive heart attack. And I didn't miss.
Hold on. Deet, deet. I got to record something. Deet.
Exactly. Yeah. I was, that's my baby. Man.
Wow. Wow, man. That's amazing. Are you better now? I mean, you're.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I don't have a full heart. I have half a heart, but it's just as strong.
You're kidding me. You have a blockage? Right, or did they just take it out?
They basically said the right side of my heart is non-viable, which means it's dead. The left side's the only thing working. So lucky for me, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. But the left side of my heart created what they call a living bypass. So it created its own bypass.
Wow.
Somehow. I don't know how, but that's how. And you know what? Ever since that happened, and I have a belief of like multiple realities, alternate universes. I kind of think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
There's a theory out there that they call quantum immortality.
Oh, interesting. I have heard something about it. Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Though. Oh, okay.
Well, so quantum immortality is, and let me explain. Like, this is probably easier if I explain it like this. I believe that if there are multiple realities or alternate realities, whatever you want to call it, that every moment you make a decision, if you go left, that's one branch. If you go right, that's a whole other branch. You've made those decisions.
Yeah.
Those are different realities now. We're going to have different outcomes, right?
Right.
So I have a theory that if your parents met and had children that's one of them is you, imagine the amount of times they had to meet and have a child for it to become you. Yeah. Let's just say it's 1 billion for argument's sake. There's billions and billions and billions more where they never meet, and you're never born, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in the 1 billion that you are, every millisecond that you've ever lived, including your birth, you have died. Think about it. Every second that you've lived your life, if you think about you and me right now, Tim, before every second, out, done, finished. That to me is the theory I had for a long time, but I thought I shouldn't share this because people are going to think I'm crazy. But then I thought, oh shit. Then they came out with quantum immortality. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, quantum immortality. I caught half the word.
Okay, then they came out with this theory, quantum immortality, which essentially says every second that you die or whatever, you're living in another reality. Like, yeah, I had a heart attack. I didn't make it in one of those realities, or maybe several of them, but I passed on because of this quantum immortality. I'm still alive. So I think that's what really happened, you know? And then going back to that day that I saw the ghost or heard the ghost, I'm sorry, that same day, I think I also died because the fire, I remember taking a nap and I never would have, gotten up from that nap because on the other reality where I was just watching TV.
Yeah.
The firefighters told me that if you stayed there 10 more minutes, you would not have survived from the smoke inhalation.
Wow.
And I was like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, you another 10 minutes in there and it would have been done. I remember having a nap. And if that...
Yeah, this connection keeps cutting out on me. I'm sorry, bear with me. Okay, now I got you. Okay, so if you'd taken a nap, that's where I left off. Nope, you're frozen again.
This is very unusual.
Fun with the internet.
Yay! If I had taken a nap, I would not be here with you right now.
Crazy.
Or would I? or would have with this whole quantum immortality
Yeah,
thing.
it could be. I mean, you
I
never
love it.
know. I mean, something would have woken you up, or something would have put you to sleep. I mean, yeah. The fun thing about quantum physics is, like you said, it's you have one. If you ever saw that Star Trek episode where Worf goes into multiple different
Oh,
dimensions,
one of my favorites. Yes, I love
yes.
that one.
Okay, so if you've seen that Star Trek episode, you kind of get the idea. But basically, every decision makes a new universe, basically, or a splinter off that reality.
Yeah.
And
They're still going, right? I mean, the one where you did make the decision, the one you did, they're still there.
well, some terminate because you die in some of those
Right.
instances.
Right. Right. So
So,
you're a Trekkie?
oh, big time. Yeah. I was watching the reruns when I was like 3 or 4 or 5. What am I
Can
looking
you
at?
see that right there?
No, let
Bird
me
of
zoom
prey.
in. Let me zoom in
Bird
on
of
my
prey
end.
right there.
You got a Klingon bird of prey. Oh, look at you!
Yeah,
Look at
and
that!
And then right there is the Vulcan craft that landed.
Look
in
at
First
that!
Contact.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
I'm a huge Trekkie, man. I love
Yeah,
Star
me
Trek.
too. Me too. I put more in my background, but Paramount would sue me. But man, that's crazy. You see, I had a question regarding your ghost
Absolutely.
idea, and the question is this, and it's going to take you thinking back a bit. Did you hear footfalls or did you hear hoof falls?
Ah, I see where you're going here, sir.
Yeah.
I heard this is exactly what it sounded like to me. It sounded like because it's a wood floor.
Okay, that's my next question.
I'm wearing socks. Oh, it broke off again.
I got you.
Okay.
And then everything cuts out again. Okay, we'll give away for him to come back. Yeah,
I'm here.
that things. Yeah, okay, he's back. Fantastic. Yeah, I got you. Hi. I wish I had.
working my magic.
But you said it sounded like socks on a wood floor.
Yeah, it sounded like shuffling. It sounded like movement, like if you heard a kid shuffling on the floor.
Gotcha.
And I was like, okay, that's somebody walking. There's somebody walking in here. And yeah, it was no hooves. I didn't.
Okay.
A lot of people have said that it could be, sometimes demons pretend to be children, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, man. What I did find out by doing a little research on that house, that years ago, a woman, I think she owned it, but she was a foster mother, and she had a lot of foster.
Oh.
We actually were able to track down one of those foster children.
Oh, fantastic! Where'd you find
So
out?
happy to- So it turns out this guy
I hate this
works with
connection
evidence.
today.
and she said that, yeah,
I'm sorry.
she
Repeat
says
what you
that,
just said. It's just not happening, man. Oh, okay, I hear
it's
you laughing.
infuriating. No,
It is infuriating, man. We didn't have this problem last time.
this guy that we found, turns out he works with my sister, and he's in his 70s. Yeah, he's from Cuba. He was put into the foster system, and he ended up in this house with this lady. And he said the lady was evil. She was just evil to the core. She would barely feed them, and then she would live like the high life with the money she was making off the foster stuff. And so
Man,
I
you hear
wonder
that
if something happened to a kid there in that house.
Oh, he didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know. We asked him if he had. Do you know? Because my nephew called that imaginary friend Coco, my friend Coco. So we asked him, "Do you know a Coco?" And he said, "No, I don't remember a Coco."
That
But,
is crazy.
So there is some history. Now, is the history accurate? I don't know. I wish I can really pinpoint that stuff. That's basically why I call the show Dayvid Don't Know.
Which you can watch.
I really-
Give me a small plug. When can we find
Oh, absolutely. You can find me. I do it every 2 Thursdays. So not tonight, but next Thursday is the next episode. You can find me anywhere you get cast. If you're looking to see the video, it's in my YouTube page. From Dayvid, David from DTRH. That's my YouTube page. You can see.
Oh, it's in his credits right there too. Is it all underlined or not underlined? Is there underscores there too, or is it just? I'm sorry. Is there little underscore dashes between the words, or is it just all one word? Or
it's 3 words basically.
Okay, you spaced it out. Okay.
Yeah, and it'll show up. Or you can go to Down the Rabbit Hole on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and you can click on the link. It'll take you direct. Right. I also have a Dayvid Don't Know Instagram page, and we're
fantastic.
Very happy to be getting close to 50,000 followers there.
Nice.
So I'm really happy about
nice.
That. Yeah.
If you follow Dayvid, follow me too, please.
Yeah. Please go follow him. Yeah. The secret, I'll tell you the secret. Heidi, if you're listening and you want to do this, anyone who wants to do it, I say it all the time. Do not stop posting every single post.
I share more stuff now since you told me that last time we talked.
Yep. Got to do it. You will get caught by the algorithm. It may take months. It took me a year to get 10,000 followers. It took me another year to get 100,000. It gets easier.
Good.
I couldn't believe over Christmas, I shared one video that got me 53,000 followers in a week.
Nice.
I was shocked.
That's amazing.
Completely by that. But you're gonna catch. Eventually, you're gonna put something that hits that algorithm, and people are gonna like it.
Yeah, man. And that's good stuff. It would be okay. Sorry. I thought JJ wrote me something as we were having a conversation here, but she didn't. But okay, that's cool. Right on. Okay, how many Russian bots do you get following you?
A lot.
Yes, I'm getting bombed.
I get a lot of. You know what's bothering me is the amount of people that. I mean, I knew that I was going to get a lot of attention from people, and I knew a lot of that was going to be unwanted attention. And it's insane how much people are trying to get to me or trying to, work with me in ways I don't want to work with. I get a lot of threats, which is interesting.
You get threats, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What are you posting that's threatening?
Nothing to my knowledge.
Yeah, man.
But
same.
It's weird, but oh well. That's the nature of the game. Just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
No big deal. I welcome people who are not happy with my content. I want you to hear what you have to say. If I don't like what you have to say, well, I'm not going to respond. I don't give energy to that.
Yeah,
if
I
you're
understand.
Very positive and you say some nice things, I will definitely message you back. And so it's been an interesting journey. I'm really enjoying it, minus those little bumps on the road, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, for sure. I guess I've been really fortunate. I've been saying the right things, and no one's come after me yet, threat-wise. So I'm fortunate that way. That's fantastic. Let's keep that up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, don't threaten Tim. He's a nice guy.
And I know people.
He knows a lot of people.
Just
actors and
I know actors and directors. Yeah, I'm a total threat. But seriously, I know people.
And I do have another podcast where I'm the host. It's called The Real Verdict. And
yeah, that's a great. I've yet to watch it. I feel so bad, and I meant to do it before I came on the air with you. Tell everyone about that show.
Just started. It's a show where I have my Kevin Sapiel Jr., who's host of Where the Weird Ones Are. Yeah, that's awesome. Alicia Watson.
Nope, I'm missing
she's host
everything you just said.
Okay. So
sorry about that.
I'm the movie judge. I got a robe, I got the whole thing, and then I have two other people who host with me. My co-host, Kevin Sapiel Jr. He's the host of Where the Weird Ones Are, and then I have Alicia Watson, who's the host of Twisted and Uncorked and Totally Twisted. They are great. One will be the prosecutor of the movie, the other one will be the defense, and then we go to court and we see how it turns out.
Okay.
It's a real good time, man. I really enjoy it. I've always wanted to do a movie review podcast, and this is a real unique take on that, I think.
Yeah, it is. That's fantastic.
Just started out, so
give it a watch.
absolutely. You will laugh more than once, I guarantee it.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see it. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Let's dive back into the paranormal stuff of it all. When you get your when you post stuff and you know, whether you're reposting or you come up with your own original stuff, how should I put this? So given your initial reaction when you first see it on the internet or what have you, are you going, oh, the audience will love this, or are you thinking, my God, this is the coolest thing in the world, I think I'll share it? So I'm just curious about your mindset.
Right. So that's, you know, it's always been, am I impressed by this? Do I like this? Is there a visceral reaction that I'm getting from watching this? If that meets that criteria, I will share it. I don't think about my audience, because if you stop and think about, you know, 750,000 people, what they would like, you're never going to post anything. It's just impossible, because there's so many different, you know, tastes, I guess.
Yeah.
And people who are against this because of that, and against that because of this, it's just ridiculous. So
that's true.
So I don't really, I go from, does this impress me? Is it giving me an emotional reaction? Am I getting something from this? And then if it's that, I will definitely share that.
One of the things that's held me back from doing something similar in the past, it has been, I look at something, and you've sent me a couple of things in the past. It's like, hey, is this real? And I'll go, that's the craziest piece of AI I've ever seen in my life. It's like, no, come on now. Like, a good example was they had the Mars rover, and there's that spinny thing kind of in the background that has rocket thrusters kind of attached to it. It's like, no, that is not real. But I didn't want to post it because I didn't know how to actually attach. This is a technical failure on my part. How to attach like even a tiny little piece of commentary on top of it to say, I think this is AI. I think this is crappy AI. You know, that type of thing. So that's what's been holding me back right now. I still have to do just a little bit of tweaking.
I can give you some pointers on that. It's really easy. I am starting to do my own content. Like, I'm starting to put myself in front of the camera, on the video, and I'm also starting to do these things. They're going to be called a quick dive down the rabbit hole. It's like under 3 minutes, and I'm going to hit a subject basically, and my first one was the back rooms. I shared that with my subscribers for the first look. And so that I'm going to be sharing that out very soon. I'm going to do a whole series of these. I'm going to do a whole series for my movie page also. And Dayvid Don't Know, a series of those where I'm in front of the camera telling a story, and it's going to be showing you pictures or images of what I'm talking about. And we're going to be going down the rabbit hole on a few of these little objects.
Oh, very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, I like one, for example. I'm really interested. I'm working on it now. I'm writing it, and I'm looking at all the research on it. Waverly Hills Sanitarium.
Oh, sure.
So people love that place. You know, a lot of people go there. They spend a ton of money. But what really draws me to that is Mary. And there's this woman who hung herself in room 502. She was a nurse, and she was pregnant, right? And so this was not a good thing if you're not married. And so the story goes that she hung herself, and there's a very famous picture of Mary, and it looks very similar to her. Yeah. So that's going to be my story. I'm going to go down the rabbit hole on that.
Do you know about the alternate story on that?
one where the nurse fell out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know
no, I
about
know
it?
what you're talking about. Yes,
Yeah.
that it was the doctor who impregnated her
Yeah.
that botched the what do you call it? The what's the word I'm looking for? The abortion, botched the
Yeah.
abortion, and then ended up with help hanging her from that lamp. Or
Right.
from the
To hide
lamp
the whole
hanging.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's part of the research there.
Okay.
that I'm-
Okay.
It's just that I want to know if it was real or not. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
all I can do is say it's speculation. That's what I'm going to do. It's really
You know,
speculation.
do you have that photo that you use
Which one?
in the
Wait.
in the photo of the hanging woman or
I do
of
have
the
it.
ghost? Can you send that to me? Because
Sure.
I'd like to give him give him a 2 cents on that, 3 cents, whatever.
Absolutely. That would be great. Yeah, Tim.
Because I recall that from one show or another that covered it way back in the day.
Mhm.
And they always like the Ken Burns did, so they pan up in the photo and it's like half a second. And even if I record it,
Right.
the image quality is crap. And anyway, so I'd like the chance to take a real good look at it.
Sure. I have an image with that and the actual picture of Mary.
You have the photograph, the crime scene photograph?
No.
Ooh,
I have
oh.
what I have is the image of her kind of looking to the side, kind of like coming out of a room. It's a very, very distinct picture. It's a good picture. It's not the greatest.
Okay.
Then I have a picture of her, like an actual face fronting, like
a photo
picture.
of her. I see.
A photo of her, and you can see the similarities in the face. It's very close.
Now, I thought there was also one of a snapshot of her actually hanging as a ghost, like a ghost image.
No, I have not seen that, and I've been looking for stuff like that, but I haven't been able
That's
to
intriguing.
find that.
I thought I saw one. I thought that show, whatever show that was, I had
Uh-huh.
one too. That
I'm gonna go hunting for that now. Thanks. Well, I want to say thank you for always being so cool about me sending you stuff and
I
checking
love
it
that
out.
stuff.
Man,
love
you're
that stuff.
really. I'm really grateful to you, and AI is so much better now that I'm still pick it out, but I have to use like an AI detector, and
sure.
I've caught so many videos that are AI, and I'm not sharing that. I'm refusing to share anything that's AI unless I missed it, right?
Right.
But yeah, a lot of people getting angry about AI. I'm one of them because it's getting harder and harder to tell.
Yeah.
And sometimes
there was that recent Star Wars series that fan made was incredible. And I mean, man, the lookalikes, the voice similarities were amazing. Mm-hmm. Whoever put that together, they did a good job cloning the voices. They did a very good job making everything match, which is even a year and a half ago or so was a big problem because the face would keep morphing into different people as they were moving through a scene. But now, image quality locked, and
it's amazing.
It was amazing. It was really amazing.
Do you remember 3 years ago there was AI of Will Smith eating spaghetti? Not sure if you remember this, but it was like, oh, this is so amazing. Very fake looking, weird face of Will Smith eating spaghetti in an awkward way in video. It's not, obviously, it's not him, right? Now they do it today, and you can't tell if that's actually Will Smith at a restaurant eating spaghetti.
Crazy.
It looks just like him now. So it's bizarre. So yeah, I have to take that extra step to verify if it's AI by running through an AI detector. And even then, you're like, is it fooling the AI detector? Is it?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You still question it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But I have stopped a lot of video from sharing it because the detector picked it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a new thing now. I have to do this.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
what was I gonna say? Oh, there was I did this for New Year's. I did a little retrospective on the last couple of years I've been on the air, and one of the things I did was I had Ron. I just blanked on his last name. Bigfoot guy, Ron. Help me out, Heidi. Ron. Moorhead, Ron Moorhead,
Oh, Ron
Sierra
Moore.
Sounds guy, yeah. And I had him on, and I showed him the original Gimlin footage, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Where he's walking through. And then I showed a stabilized version.
Mhm.
And there was some AI in that was early stabilization tech. But he says, "My God, that's amazing. Did you do that?" I said, "No, I didn't. That wasn't me at all. Thanks for the kudos, though." But
Yeah,
it was
right.
still interesting to see. It's like he says, one of the things I noticed is when she looks back, he thought the tongue stuck out.
Ah, hilarious.
It's like, I don't think so, dude. I think that's just an artifact in the thing. And it turned out that was the case because I kind of looked at it afterwards. But it's like, oh. It's like, oh. Is that an AI addition that as it was computing it? I think that's her tongue. I'll stick it in there. But,
You know what's interesting about that film, about that book, Bigfoot footage?
yeah.
I actually have it in my opening for my podcast.
Mm.
I was watching this video where they're explaining. Do you notice that she, as because it's
You see
female,
breasts. Yeah.
you can see breasts. I never noticed this when I was a young kid, but yep, they're there.
Yep. Yep.
She never, when she's walking, her knees do not straighten ever.
No, she's also walked over at a hunch. So,
Yes,
I mean, yeah. So,
very strange. A person cannot do this apparently.
no.
So this
Well,
is,
they can, but it's going to hurt them.
oh yeah, or if they're like, just like if they're disabled a little bit. Like I have a condition, my spine, the vertebrae are slowly fusing on their own, slowly, like
Oh.
slowly. But it causes me to have a little bit of a hunch when I walk. So I'm walking kind of like this. So I'm kind of walking like Bigfoot is, really, to be honest with you. But my
Yeah.
knees stretch out, man. I'm
Yeah.
walking, and so that I could not believe I missed all that. I missed that she was female. She
Yeah.
had breasts. The way her gait was amazing,
The
right?
gait was telling to me.
Dude,
Just telling.
is that
yeah.
not evidence
Oh,
of
yeah.
Bigfoot?
Full
Like
on.
actual?
Oh, full on.
I think it's
Absolutely.
amazing. I think it's
I
amazing.
do
So what do you
too.
think, Tim? Tell me, what do you think? Why have we not caught Bigfoot now? Why,
Oh, I
with
think we
all our
have.
technology?
I
Oh,
think
you
we
think
have.
Oh, please tell me. What?
Okay, so here's what you hear
Mhm.
about. I'm ex-military. I know a couple of things most people don't, but nothing specifically about Bigfoot. But
Right.
you hear people talk. Military guys talk to one another, and you've also seen on a couple of shows that deal with this type of thing, where you have a grunt back in the day, like 70s, 80s, 90s, something like that, and they all say, so they tap me for this mission at the last second. We have to go take someone out.
Oh, snap.
Okay. And, it's, pack this, you're going heavy, you're going, multiple days in a forest condition. So that's what you're going for. Packed as, required, and we'll provide extra, whoops. Yeah. Stupid thing. Sorry. Computer went nuts on me here for a second. And, we'll provide any additional tech you may or may not require, so on and so forth. So they're in the chopper. Dead silence except for the rotors turning, bouncing along. You hear a whisper, and one guy leans in because there's always one guy who's got to just know everything, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why we're shut up? So dead silence on the ride.
Wow.
So the CO was having none of it. Okay, wheels down in 10. Get ready. Y'all stand up. And then they disembark and they're all loaded into a truck. And then they start rolling out. Okay, here's your brief. We are seeking this. And he holds up a picture. He doesn't pass anything around. He holds up a picture. And it's apparently the Patty profile as she's walking along. Yes, they are real. Yes, they are indigenous to not only the U.S., but certain parts of Canada, and there are others around the world. That's all you need to know about that. This particular one we're going after has attacked humans, and we're going to take it out.
Interesting.
Okay. and everyone's like, you could, the tension suddenly goes cockeyed. It's like some dudes are into it and others are like, you're kidding me. And so, and they told this story several different ways and times through and various different branches of the military as well.
Yeah.
Where they are assigned to go after this guy. So I think not only do they know about it, I think they have already made captures and or kills on certain things, on certain, individuals within that tribe. And I don't know if you believe the frozen Bigfoot guy. Do you know about the frozen Bigfoot guy?
No.
Okay. This kind of goes back to like the 60s, 70s. There was a Heidi, we'll get to that bird. I'm going to put this up here real quick, just as a reminder. Actually, let's touch on it right now, real quick. So she says she saw this lady, and it looked like a tall white alien, like Carl.
A Nordic type looking, yeah.
No, tall white. They're the ones that are kind of hybrid between a gray and a Nordic.
Okay.
Yeah. So they get the big almond eyes, but they're really tall, and the hair's kind of spark. I saw one. I saw two actually.
Wow.
When I was working at a DJ gig of all things back in the day. But she saw someone, and it kind of. But the individual she saw had a chicken walk to them.
Okay,
So the knees were inverted, otherwise relatively humanoid. So
bizarre.
That is, she has a great story about that. But so going back to what I was saying, the frozen
Bigfoot. Yeah.
Okay, so come see the frozen Bigfoot, and it was like a circus thing. No one really believed it. But the story keeps getting told over and over. There's pictures of this online still of this display, part of different circuses and stuff like that. And one family ends up with it, and they don't know what to do with this thing. It's frozen to solid block ice, and no one's paying tickets to see it anymore. Yeah. Well, let's donate the science. So they melt it down. They're expecting it to be a fake. Apparently, it is not.
Oh my God.
So when you look at this thing, and there's photos of this thing, black and white, from back when it was on display, it's laying in this ice coffin, kind of like this, on its back, right? And it's huge. It's at least 8, maybe 9 foot long. And
Jesus.
When they melt this thing down, they start looking for a zipper. Not a zipper. Nope, that's a organic Sasquatch, basically.
Wow.
And
fascinating, man.
And what they do is they start taking samples. And one of the samples they take that this guy hung on to, everything else disappeared. Because I think the government gets involved at one point. But he still hung on to the foot. And when he holds it, and he's not a small dude. I make him 6 foot, if I remember correctly. And when he holds his foot up, he has to handle it like this, like half hug it as he holds it up. And when he tips it, and you're looking down, if this is the foot and this is where the stump of the leg is, you can see the bones of the two leg, the humerus.
So clearly this thing is dead.
This thing's very dead, but all he has is the foot. And he says, so look at this. This is all I got left. But he takes it out every once in a while and makes a show of it.
That's amazing, man.
But apparently we had a frozen Bigfoot touring the U.S. back in the 60s and 70s.
I did not know this story, man. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, look that up. You'll have fun with that one.
Your response to that question, I've asked a lot of people, why haven't we caught Bigfoot? And I love your response the most because you say, yes, we may have. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, I not only do I think we actually have something of a not relationship per se, but understanding with the creatures, because there's still sightings to this day. Up not too far from where I am, there's the Bigfoot Museum and Research Center. It's a little shack. If you ever watch Finding Bigfoot,
Yeah.
it gets featured in one of those episodes,
Okay.
and it's up in Ben Lomond. That's the name of the town. Ben Lomond
Mm-hmm.
has a human name. It does, and so there's this little tiny museum, and you go in. There's all kinds of Bigfoot lore. And the guy, he wears oxygen now, but he's been running that thing since at least just at or just after the Patterson Gimlin film, because he knew the Gimlin, he knew Gimlin specifically,
Wow.
and he says, yeah, he came down here and signed autographs for a little bit. And I was like, that's crazy. And he said, and he brought me all these tracks. So in the display cases, he has all these plaster tracks, including one of my favorites are Knuckles
Oh,
in
wow.
dirt, like where it knelt down and did a gorilla
Yeah.
thing. That's pretty cool.
That is awesome, man.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah, Heidi is saying here that there's, and I've heard of this before, that they're interdimensional. They can go into portals to hide, basically. And
that
I've heard
is
that.
Ron Moorhead's position as well.
Yeah.
And he's been up front with these things too.
Mhm.
Like, not only has he seen them, he recorded them. We had it on the show. We played the Sierra sounds. It was amazing. And my position on it was that as because the guys, they had a couple of beers in them.
Yeah.
When they start, so they hear this woo woo woo, and they copy it, they echo it back, and that was Ron himself doing it back in the day. This is back in the 70s, and so he says, "Yeah, that was me." I said, "Well, I'm glad you did it because now we have a differentiation to listen to." And
did you respond to him when he did it?
oh yeah. Now
yeah.
here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. As they respond, mimic the Bigfoot, right? Or the Sasquatch, whatever it is you want to call them. They start talking like it's language. You can tell there's vowels and consonants and moans. Like I couldn't even begin to describe it. But the language is definitely there. And the funny thing is, some of it sounds like Native American. So what I did, and I showed this to him, I don't know if anyone else had done this before, but I said, so here's about where you were in California. And I draw this circle on a part of the state. And the map of the state itself has the outline of California, but the patchwork communities that are in there are all the Native American languages that were spoken back in the day. So I have this, this patchwork of where the languages were. Languages that were spoken, the different tribes that ran that area. And I said, you know what I heard? Because I talked to a Paiute woman for the Ron Moorhead interview. And then I listened to examples of Miwok and Algonquin and Paiute. And I heard Miwok, Paiute, and Algonquin language.
Wow.
It's like they were trying to ping who they were talking to, interacting with. I thought that was the craziest thing in the world. I said, I'd be curious to know if your crypto communications
basically indicates that they're not just intelligent, but possibly highly intelligent.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
they interacted with Native Americans at some point to the point.
Well, this actually ties into another Native American story told on the East Coast. Regarding the Pukwudgie. Okay. I don't know if you know what the Pukwudgie are.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, piece of food. So, Native American lore says the Pukwudgie were there way back.
Mm-hmm.
And the Native Americans were always having issues with giants. That's how they described them, giants.
Oh, okay.
And the Pukwudgie would come in and kind of defend them or scare off the giants or somehow keep the giants at bay. So they had a symbiotic relationship for a while. But then, as the story goes, the chiefs and whatever, I can't remember the name of the chief at all, but the chief's son was kind of a bully and kept picking on one of the Pukwudgie and would push him over, throw rocks at him, push him into the water. And finally, the Pukwudgie had had enough. He said, "You know what? Your son apologizes or we walk." And, the chief insists that the son makes an apology, and he does, but it's
Right.
lighthearted because in the, like, not even, if not the same day, the day after, more attacks from the chief's kid, thinking he's untouchable. Okay, haha, middle read between the lines, mother and you mother effer, and out they bounce.
Yeah.
Apparently to another dimension. And when the giants next attack, they savagely just destroy their crops and their housing and their horses, and they are left to ruin. And it I told that story to tell this story on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And in even in along the plains areas, there were similar warnings about giants, red-haired giants to be specific. And if you look at some, especially even the patty footage, you can make out that reddish tinge to the fur. So red-haired giants,
right.
That's the correlation. I'm thinking something similar happened, and this is just speculation, that at one time, and I think they're, to one degree or another, Native American lore backs this up. That one time they interacted peacefully, but something happened somewhere, and they just went, no, stay away, or I don't know, someone picked on one of their kids or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But something similar happened. So something tells me that if the Pukwudgie legend is more national, so to speak, across, well, let's call it North America, that kind of explains how things kind of shifted it almost immediately. But it's interesting that, at least as far as I could determine, these Bigfoot made an effort to identify who they were talking to.
Yeah. Right. That's so interesting, man.
Yeah. Sorry to
So
blather.
crazy interesting. No, I'm glad you did. I have not heard this. You're like schooling me on so much stuff right now. I should be, I should be abreast of, and I'm not. But it's great because there's more to discover. I love that.
Yeah.
I got to go and look this up, especially that Sierra sounds. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, look up the Sierra Sounds. You are gonna freak. It's amazing. You won't freak. I'm just saying you're gonna like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a little thing I gotta do, which is some station identification and some commercials, and we will be back in 180 seconds. See you soon. This is the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans and 105.3 in the Gulf Coast. UPRN talkradio.com. Esoteric programming at its finest.
Long ago in the ancient world, the Trebus Omnes Lux, later known as the Tridents, were celebrated heroes, defenders of humanity against unspeakable monsters. Today, they continue that sacred duty in secret, hunting the dark evils that lurk just beyond the shadows. They are the Trident of Light.
Follow us on Instagram at paranormal.insight. Stay informed on upcoming shows, ask questions, and see what chilling paranormal stories we're following. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube at paranormal_insight. Click the live tab to see our latest videos. And we are back. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
We're here with Dayvid Salinas from Down the Rabbit Hole and Dayvid Don't Know, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Love that little station break. That was cool.
Yeah, thanks, man. We have to do it for every show because we go out to public radio stations. So, Heidi had an interesting little thing. She says, Puckwudgies are creepy, and I couldn't agree more. They certainly can be. I've heard really crazy stories about those guys that they'll like fade it, they'll just step out of nowhere, kind of like what the Bigfoot do, or supposed to do. That's what Ron Moorhead supposes, that they actually use the trees and the networks, kind of like the mycelial network from Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
Where there's quantum travel through all the stuff and pop out in another tree. But apparently the Puckwudgie do something similar, but they're more insidious about it. Because this little 3-foot furry being steps out and says, Andy, and invites you to come closer. Friend, like they know a couple of English words. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, right. Very, very bizarre. Those things.
Yeah, not cool. Would not want to run into one. So let us move on to what is your take on the? Well, okay, they announced it, and I forget where it was now, but they confirmed, someone somewhere confirmed, that a fair bulk of alien encounters are interdimensional.
Yeah.
Like they locked that down. That's the truth, apparently.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on that?
Just like my show, David don't know. I don't know, Tim. I don't know. I want the answers though. Okay. But I don't. Have you ever? I'm sure you've heard of Coast to Coast AM.
Of course.
Years ago, there was a call that came into him from a guy who was running, who worked at Area 51.
Oh.
And so this guy was kind of terrified. He didn't want to stay on the phone too long. He said, "I'm gonna tell you what I know, and I'm gonna right now, just like I did right now." So, so this guy said, "I'm gonna tell you what I know, and I'm gonna go somewhere else, and I'll call you from somewhere else. I don't want them to find me. They're looking for me."
Okay.
And so he told, oh my God, his name is
George Norrie.
No, the other
guy.
The other guy. Well, anyway,
Bell.
Yes, Art Bell.
Art Bell.
Love Art Bell, man.
Yeah, man.
So Art's trying to get him to talk, and he's like, finally the guy talks, and he says, "Look, listen, what you think or what they're telling you is not true. These are not coming from outer space. They're interdimensional. Mm-hmm. They're coming from another dimension, and they don't want you to know this. They're trying to silence anyone who says this, but I think it's important that everyone knows." This is in the 70s or 80s,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The guy takes off, calls back later, and is adamant that you understand. Please understand, these things are not from outer space. They're from interdimensional places. They're coming to us. They're lying to you, and they're going to take over. So that's what when I heard about this, what you're talking about, that's the first place my mind went. This guy tried to tell us this years ago, man.
Yeah, way back when.
And he apparently worked at Area 51.
That's crazy. I do know the story. There was the other interesting interdimensional thing that pops into my head all the time. It makes me think that, I don't know, maybe we're kind of touching on parallel dimensions to a point, or these quantum schisms in our various realities,
right?
Where you turned right instead of left, that type of thing. But I mean, take that a few generations down the line, and you're not even human anymore. You're a talking giraffe or something. I don't know. And
yeah.
And actually brings up a couple of different things. So there was the Arizona guy in Sedona, I think, opens up a portal with the sound waves using specific frequency generators, and he
never heard from that guy again.
We know he disappears.
He disappears. Yeah,
he disappears, possibly through one of his wormholes. We don't know. But I mean, I took a look at that footage because he was pretty adamant about proving this.
Yeah.
And given that it was on a videotape now, I mean, tape, you know,
Yeah.
tape. And it was, and he was doing like 180s around the bed where this little hole was opening up, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're able to see more and more and more on the inside. And it's like, oh my gosh, if that is special effects, kudos, because I can't detect it. You know, that's really, really good. Now,
I've shared that video before. I've shared it before. Yeah.
It's incredible. Wow. It really is incredible.
You think it's real? You think there's no way?
I'll say this: it's fakeable, but I mean, it's the matching of the movement that really kind of makes me question things, because you got to really dial that in when you're doing that as a special effect, because you need to have the background move opposite you.
Yeah. As
you're looking around through this thing, and you need a 360 environment through that apparatus that you're trying to. I mean, it's doable nowadays. It's doable. Back when that video was shot, that was at least $1 million shot. Not even close to getting it.
So this guy had to be super rich if this was fake. He had to be super
rich,
right?
He'd have to be a billionaire to pull this off.
And this is way before AI. This is way before.
It was at the super very beginning of AI, and it wasn't that great. AI wasn't that great. Even the stuff that was the military was using wasn't that fantastic.
You are blowing my mind right now.
So yeah, from a special effects perspective, knowing that stuff, you'd need at least, I'd say, to cover your bases, 240 degrees of another environment to work into that little sphere of whatever it is, that portal, we'll call it. So, and it was a different color temperature because it was daylight, if you recall, through the apparatus, through the portal, versus it being nighttime there where he was. So, I mean, that it's the movement that really gives me pause, because, man. Yeah,
and then he disappears.
And then he's gone. So he stepped through. He found one he liked, maybe. I don't know. It's like that old school Star Trek episode where you stick the discs in and you get a new environment to play with.
Well, I feel like he may have gone and then not had the capability to find his way back.
Could be. I mean, even if he took his equipment with him, I mean, we've all experienced, well, those of us in the paranormal investigation field have experienced battery train. I think I told you about it last time I was on your show, or when I was on the other show with you.
Right.
If he experiences that passing through an unknown anomaly, a portal, I mean, that's a field of energy encapsulating this other reality or a piece of it. So I imagine there's going to be some sort of distress on any power systems you have.
That's one thing. Imagine if you don't understand what you're going through. Not only does it have any kind of effect on the power systems, what about your system, your body? What if it's not able to handle that?
Exactly.
And you go through it, and that's it. You're out.
That could be why he disappeared, because he stepped into an energy envelope and was vaporized. You just don't know. And
wow, that is so fascinating. I want to find that guy now. I want to see if he's here still and it's just fake. I want to find him.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Oh, there was even Arizona Sedona News or something hopped on that train like a year after the fact, and they said, it's still a mystery. We don't know where he is, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have better luck.
I definitely want to find out.
Yeah. But that also reminds me of another tale. And this has largely been, well, they say it's disproven, but at the same time, I'm thinking, I don't think they looked at it correctly from a forensic perspective. But the story is this. Have you heard of the Utah parallel universe at all? It takes place in early 80s, mid 80s, early 80s, maybe late 80s. I think early 80s, though. And are these three girls that go to this specific college. I can't remember any of that detail and what the college is, but apparently they have a curfew. If they don't get back, their house mother or whoever it is that runs their dorm won't let them in. So they're in a rush to get home, and they're out in the sticks. They just came from a party, and this one girl's got her 74 muscle car, and it's a convertible, and they're jamming through the desert. And oh God, we're going to be late. We're going to be spending the night in the car. I don't want to spend the night in the car. It gets too cold. Yada, yada, yada. Complain, complain, complain. So the driver says, okay, I know of a shortcut, but I've heard that it doesn't always work out. Well, what are you talking about? I don't care if it works out. Just take the damn shortcut. Done. Let's do it. So apparently they're driving along this one desert in Utah. And when they hit this off-ramp, for lack of a better term, it's more like a T intersection, because you know how it is out in the way out in the country and stuff like that. There's like 2-lane blacktop and maybe a road crosses it once in a while. So similar situation, except this particular off-ramp is a street light, single street light.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the landmark. Okay, oh yeah, here it is. They turn around and it's a weird little like hairpin turn, and then it whips out and goes straight. So if one road is going north-south, this one finally goes east-west. So they're heading east towards their college. And they go through this really odd, unexpected layer of fog, and then they come out of it, and they're still on the road, and everything's cool, but it's not the desert anymore.
Uh-oh.
They're in farmland. Okay, big swaths of farmland. I mean, huge cultivated pieces of farm on either side of the road. And the stars are twinkling all of a sudden. And it's like they're brighter than they should be for some reason. And they keep going and going and going. It's like, yeah, you know what? I think we're lost. I think we're in the wrong spot, because none of this looks like what because I'd taken the road before and I don't remember what driver says. And so she says, okay, we got to turn around. So they, at one point they pass this roadhouse. It's got neon signs and there's cars there and there's maybe some music going, but they fly by it. So, okay, we're going to go back to that place and ask instructions. Mm-hmm. So they go back and they pull in. And the one girl in the back seat, because there's 3 of them, one driver, passenger, rear passenger. Mm-hmm. Girl in the rear goes to roll down her window and ask instructions of these people hanging outside. And when she does it, her eyes go wide as saucers, and she starts scooting away to the other side of the bench seat in the back, Mm-hmm. Bench seats back in those old cars. Anyway. So she starts, what's going on with, and the other girls finally take notice and look out themselves, and there are these bipedal animals, mostly cows, stalking toward them. And they start kind of roaring and making angry animalistic noises at them.
Whoa.
And pointing, like they have, it's like hooves, but they have fingers. It's kind of weird the way to describe it. That's crazy. And one girl takes note of the neon sign. It is not in English. It's like in Klingon or something like that, or something resembling it. And the driver hits the gas, and they just spray gravel everywhere, get back on the road, and they're gone. Mm-hmm. Well, up behind them, cars start chasing them. But they're not normal cars. They're oddly egg-shaped, oval, and they got a single headlight in front. And they're kind of like 4-passenger Can-Ams, Can-Ams. So they got 2 wheels in front, 1 in the back, and 1 headlight. And these things are and they're gaining on them, right? And
oh shit!
And they're throwing bottles at the car. Right? So glass is breaking across the back of this street, this muscle car. And she says, oh, I got it to the floor, man. I can't do any faster. And these things are gaining. And they're coming up on that familiar switchback, right? Okay, I'm going to try and lose them. So she hits the first corner, and she's like fishtailing big time. Hits the second corner, doesn't make it. She ditches out. And it's dusty and smoky. The car goes up on 2 wheels, then back on all 4. Car's flooded, won't start, and they are scared to death. I want to say another word, starts with S, ends with less, but I won't because it's a public radio station. And they're waiting for it. Oh gosh, we're going to get slain by whatever the heck those things are. And then nothing happens. More time passes. Nothing happens. And they're freaking out. And they keep trying to start the car. Nothing's happening. They got to spend the night in the car. And whatever it was chasing them isn't there anymore, but they're still on alert. About at whatever time in the morning this happened, a few hours pass, they're asleep, and they suddenly get a knock on the window of the car, and it's a CHP, or not a CHP, but that's in my state, highway patrolman. And he says, "What are you ladies doing out here?" "Oh, we ditched out, and and they tell him this crazy story, and he says, "Yeah, okay, I'll call the tow truck, and you two can ride with them, I guess." But as they're waiting, and he went away. I will pause. I will still pause. I don't want to. Are we having fun yet with the internet? Anyway, so the police officer, I'll finish the story, and I'll just tell him when he gets here. Right, sure. There he is. Welcome back. Are we having fun yet? That's okay, dude. So, as I was saying, I was just going to say, well, I guess I'll tell the story, but I'll wait for him to get back. But you're here, so
for me, you were at when the guy said, well, you two can ride with the tow truck guy.
With the tow truck guy.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, he investigates these girls' story. And he walks around that first bend, and he can see the skid marks where the car came around the corner pretty hard. And he follows them back. And then he hits this interesting point in the road where the skid marks just kind of start, not because that's where they engage the brakes. It's like they're suddenly cut off. Like there should be another 20 feet of skid marks.
Right.
He knows how cars work, 20 or so feet of the initial skid into that first turn should be there, but it's not. There was a line. It's like it just wasn't there. And he makes a loose note of it, and it's like, don't know how to explain it. Maybe the asphalt wasn't cured enough, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe it was too gravelly. That doesn't make sense. So they start trying to debunk it left, right, and center. And what they come across, what the conclusion is that the whole thing was made up. But there's a report on record for that county. The college that they apparently went to was real. And they were able to find at least 2 to 3 girls in researching it. So draw your own conclusions. But that's their story.
Interesting. Very interesting. Wow.
And it's your time, and I went and rambled again.
No, man, I love it. Listen, I interviewed, like I told you earlier, I had interviewed Jonathan Perez Galvan, Latinos Against Spooky Shit. He told me a similar story. It wasn't as enthralled. Like there wasn't any kind of beans or cows walking and anything like that. But he said he was traveling to see his friend. They had a great night. They were playing games, having shooting the shit, as he calls it, chopping it up. They were chopping it up. Okay. And then he was on his way home, and he said, I was almost, in where he lived, you can see the mountains on one side. In front of you is the lake, and you have to go to a certain road, whatever. So he's going, and then he comes to a 3-way kind of thing. And so he thought, if I go straight, I'm going to hit the lake, but there's a road there. It's crazy. Never seen that road. So he goes down. He goes, I'm going to take a right instead. So he takes a right, and it's a road he's never seen before, but he goes down this road, and he's traveling, and he's like, what is going on? He can't see the lake. He can't see the mountains. He's lost.
Okay.
Then he comes across this thing where you can actually turn into. So he turns into this thing, and it's a park, like a national park.
Oh,
and
okay.
he says it looks brand new. There's a sign. It's a brand new sign. I can tell. I've never heard of this park. I can see trees. It's interesting. But when I look all around me, I cannot see the mountains of the place where I live. I cannot see the lake. I don't know where I'm at. So he finally decided I'm going to go back. So he goes back, and at some point he gets back to that road and goes home. Right.
Oh, okay.
Next day he calls his friend. He tells him, "Hey, listen, I went down this weird road and I don't understand what happened. I ended up somewhere. I don't know where this place was." And his friend says, "What are you talking about? There is no national park here." And he says, "The road you're talking about will lead you right into the lake. There's no way you went there." So I don't know what you're talking about.
Crazy.
He comes back to go and see his friend again. The road is gone. It's no longer there.
Oh, great. Crazy.
So where did he go?
Yeah, man. And where did those girls go? I mean, they hit a weird envelope of, well, that's kind of like what Skinwalker Ranch reports all the time.
Right.
You know, there's these, at least they used to, all these different folds where these weird creatures come out, like the dire wolf that was bulletproof for some reason.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Very strange place, man.
Yeah, man. Our world is weird. Lots of strange stuff. There was so that kind of all this interdimensional stuff kind of ties into what you and I were just discussing about aliens being interdimensional. So we have our own experiences and stories and stuff like that. And there are myriad others, like the farmer who went missing in his own field. Did you hear about that one?
No.
Oh, okay. This is
this in the 40s or right before
40,
Roswell?
50s, 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this guy's tilling his field. He's corn season's over, and he's mowing down his corn, and he's got another few rows to do, and he apparently, just by what's left over, he gets off his tractor, and for whatever reason, he gets off his tractor, and he that's kind of what they know. This guy got off his tractor for some unknown reason, left it running like he was about to return to it, and went missing. So his family goes out there after a few hours, because he should have been home for dinner. So they go out there, they find the tractor running on fumes, you know. You know.
Whoa.
It just, no, that's not how this guy treats his equipment. So they say, "Hello? You know, you out here?" Call his name out and stuff like that, and they get a response. "I'm here. I'm here. Can't you see me? I'm here."
Oh, wow, dude.
So they call the cops first thing. And the cops go out there, and sure enough, same thing. "Mr. So-and-so, are you here? Can you see me? Can you hear me?" I'm here. I'm right here.
Dude.
They hear it.
Yeah.
And so they can't do anything because they cannot physically see him or touch him or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife kind of sits vigil out there. "You still with me?" Yeah, I'm here. I'm really hungry, though. Really thirsty, too." And so the story goes that for the next 2 or 3 days, she and her daughter take shifts trying to figure out, what do you see? Can you find a way back? No, I don't. I can't find a way, and I'm so thirsty. I'm so hungry.
What did he see?
He couldn't see anything. He kept saying, there's nothing here. Like he was living in blackness,
like in a
kind of
void.
like my background.
Interesting. Yeah.
So it says, "No, there's nothing here. I can hear you, but I can't see you at all." It's like, okay, well, we'll figure something out, and I think they bring a priest out at one point.
Mm-hmm.
His voice gets softer and softer and weaker over the next few days, and then they don't hear from him.
Wow.
And it's like he died in an alternate dimension. It was bizarre.
That is nuts, man.
It's good times. So, I mean, if aliens do come from an alternate dimension, we have enough stories to at least back that up. And now, either a government entity or a scientific entity has come forward, like in the last 3 or 4 days, and said, "Yep, absolutely real. They come from alternate dimensions. We have confirmed that alternate dimensions exist."
Yeah. Scientists have been saying that for years.
Yeah, well, it's been theorized. Suddenly, they have proof.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to make that announcement publicly is wow. I mean, that's an eye opener for me.
Show us.
Yeah, show me the portal, man. I know CERN's been doing it for years, apparently.
Yeah. And is this like higher dimensions? Are we talking just another dimension? That's what I want to know. Like
my understanding is these are. Have you ever seen the show Sliders?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so he goes into alternate dimensions, alternate Earths, basically.
Okay.
And at first, he starts off pretty close to his, but he keeps traveling down this spiral, not unlike your rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And they get more and more desperate away from his Earth. And his goal is to get him and his team back home, obviously.
Yes. I know what you're talking about now.
So at one point, they hit an Earth where it wasn't Homo sapiens that advanced, it was the Cro-Magnon that advanced.
Ooh.
And they were telepathic, and it's like they actually tag for lack of a better term, endear these Cro-Mags with a lot of reportedly alien capabilities, including telepathy and telekinesis and a very advanced technology.
Wow.
Anti-gravity capabilities. And they all basically started at the exact same time. So the Cro-Mags had something that, us Homo sapiens didn't. It's a very intriguing concept.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. There are different types of dimensions, but what the scientists have discussed, or what they believe, that there are 11 dimensions for sure. I've heard them go up to 13, but they say without those dimensions, the entire universe would collapse. So,
oh yeah, there's layers. Yeah, I've heard the same thing. Yeah.
So if you're talking 2-dimensional, obviously it's paper, right? And okay, 3-dimension, that's where we're at. Then there's a 4th, and there's a 5th, and there's a 6th, all the way to 11.
Yeah.
Or 13, whatever. And if you are a being in, let's say, 11, you have godlike abilities. You can go back and forth in time. You can live different lives and then return. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can create things. You can do I'm telling you, godlike.
Yeah.
But if you go to the 4th or the 5th dimension, you can go back in time to where you made a decision you didn't like, and you can live a different timeline. After that, you're pretty much done. Like, you can't continue to do that unless you're in a higher dimension. So those are the kind of dimensions that I feel like things like shadow people come from, like really dark voided shadow people.
Have you seen some of those videos too, where they're definitely wearing like humanoid clothes? They're humanoid shaped for sure. Yes. I mean, there's this color called Vanta Black.
Yep.
And you can get it in clothes, and it doesn't reflect any light, and you can fake it to a degree. But it looks like they're wearing everyday modern clothing. Hoodies. I saw one girl. It was a girl, shadow figure, wearing a hoodie in one of those videos. Another one was a dude wearing like a pea coat kind of a deal. And it was bizarre. It's like he was just messing with this dude in the basement somewhere.
Yeah. I've shared that video. I love that video so much.
Yeah.
Freaky. The guy freaks
popping
out,
it
right?
out and it's like, he's just being a dick.
Right.
It
said that these types, especially the ones that are darker than dark, that look like a void, are here to collect energy from us. Fear is one of many different types of energy we push out.
Yeah.
They feed on that. And so they say, if you have one in your house and it's scaring you, try not to be scared, attack it, yell at it, run after it, and it will stop bothering you. A friend of mine, Kevin had this in his house, and he was afraid. It's a weird thing that's in your house.
Yeah.
after a friend of Brian Bowden told us to just charge it, so he did. Hasn't come back.
I had a similar experience in my house
Wow.
about 4 years ago, give or take.
No kidding, Tim.
Yeah. So I get up to use the bathroom at night, and I swear I see someone standing there at the. So I got a hallway, then I got a living room, back into the living room by the wall. Mm-hmm. And I do this, I double take, like do the sleepy double take where you walk back and you look. Very theatrical. And it's there, and then it kind of sneaks off, goes low, and it keeps going smaller and smaller and smaller, like it was going downstairs or something.
Oh, wow.
And I don't have stairs. I don't have a basement. It's a slab, There's no stairs. And there's no downstairs at all to go to. So what I did, paranormal investigator, I break out the black light. First thing I do. Because you hear and you hear speculations and educated guesses that they don't like black light. So I go in with the flashlight first, and then I go in with the black light. I said, "This is telling you to never come back again."
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything since.
That's awesome. I love those stories, man. Yeah,
that was good.
Brian Bowden did the same thing. He had one that kept, basically bothering him, and then he charged it. He charged it like, going into battle, screaming, swinging, and this thing ducked and disappeared. And it's one of those things where you go down and you look, because it just turned the corner to look at you, and you run down and you look, and there's nothing there. Yeah. So
it's good.
He did that. Haven't seen it since, and that's his theory, and I kind of like that theory.
Yeah, it worked for me anyway.
Could these be the same type of? Could these be those aliens? Is that where they come from? What do they want with us? What are they trying to do here?
Yeah, I think there's a combination of things happening. Personally, I think there is an interstellar factor, and I think there is an interdimensional factor, and I think maybe they might be related. Heidi suggests that sound bowls, and clapping and spraying salt water while driving I don't know what that last part is. GTFO.
Which means get the F out.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd be trying that. Saying it, maybe she mistyped. But yeah, so that's interesting. That's coming from a healer too, so that's good to know.
Yeah, good stuff.
Saying, yeah. But there was an animation guy, and he had an experience with shadow people, and they would walk out of his closet, like through the closet door. So apparently they're transmedium to one degree or another, or phasic or something like that. And so he walks out of the thing, and it walked up to him. Don't worry about typos, Heidi. None of us are perfect. And it starts beating the crap out of him.
Wow.
Like in his bed.
Yeah.
So and then it runs away back into the closet, because he goes for this bat he has off to the corner. And no, he can't do anything about it. So he's up all night, never comes back. He finally gets back to sleep. Next day, same thing happens. Well, he knows he's not going to get to the bat in time, so he just starts throwing stuff back, right?
Yeah.
And he says he got into a full-on brawl with this thing, and it was strong, like Mike Tyson big,
Yeah.
Just and they're going at it, and he finally lands a knee into the stomach. He goes, Muay Thai on him, and gets a knee into the stomach, and finally hammers one home on a downward cross, and this thing goes scampering away. And after that, he checked himself the next day, and sure enough, he had a black eye forming, and the nose was a little messed up, and he had a split lip. Amazing. And he said, "You know what I did? I drew it. I drew it from one of my panels in a newspaper." So there's this little somewhere in the there's a 3-panel story about that.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah. But it never came back.
Stardust Ranch. You've heard of this one, right?
Stardust?
Mm-hmm.
Rings a bell.
So
Right.
my first episode was with my I was on this show called One Nothing, WON Nothing, with Amanda Goodwin, and that show did really, really well. And she was the host, I was the co-host. We went for 49 episodes, and
Nice.
I had her on my first episode. She talked about Stardust Ranch, and there's a gentleman and his wife who moved there. It was their dream home, 10 acres, right?
Is this in
And
Arizona?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Is this the Katana?
Yes.
Keep
So-
going. Keep going. Keep going.
He says this is what I'm tying what it's I'm remembering, interdimensional things. So he's talking about these things. They were abducting both of them, but it was more interested in his wife than it was of him.
Mhm.
So he was stopping him from trying to take his wife, and there he would see times when she's floating around, and there are the little the grays around her, and he would fight them, and they were persistent. They wouldn't listen to reason. They wouldn't stop doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
And so he had to get weapons. He had to get weapons to protect his wife and himself. Well, he says that they would come through portals.
Mm.
They would come through portals, and he would tell when the portals were in effect because the house would shake.
Okay.
They had these great big windows, and they would rattle when I knew that what was happening. And what they would do, the portal would open, and they would put a hand out, right? They would put a hand out, and if the coast was clear, they would come out. So he learned to wait for them to put that hand out. And when they did, he'd grab that hand and he would pull them through. And he would shoot them, stab them, cut their head. He would do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And they would just disappear afterwards. But that makes me think about this portal thing, this dimension thing.
Yeah.
That could be so real and accurate. And
It
this
could
is
be.
another clue right here. This guy had to deal with that,
Well, his story goes on and on because there was
yeah.
who's the guy? I'm not a big fan of his, but Ghost Nation, is that him? No. not
Ghost Adventures.
Ghost
Yeah,
Adventures. Thank you. So they go out there.
Baggins, right? Yeah, I'm not a fan of his
right.
either.
So he investigates this
yeah.
at one point. Or wait, was it his team?
He interviewed him. Yes, he interviewed
Was it
him.
his team that went out there?
Mhm.
Anyway, so at one point, apparently, there's a craft that shows up over the house, and the team is there to capture it on film.
Yeah.
And they get not hit, but they get talked to by a bunch of men in black.
Is that right?
And the footage disappears because it was all these promises were made to the guy. He says at Stardust, the owner, he says, yeah, dude, we're going to put this out there. We're going to let everyone know. And then it never happened. Like they aired the episode still, but it was just kind of this hit and miss. Is this guy crazy? Is he not kind of vibe on the
It
whole
was an
thing?
interview. Yeah. They're talking to him. He does come off a little nuts in
He
that.
does, but
yeah.
at the same time, it's interesting that they all say, the crew say, yeah, we saw it. It was there. The camera guy got it on tape, but it was taken away from us. Now, is this just building up the episode? Or
It's really tough because does this guy? I mean, I don't think he has any credibility left, really. Because if you look at how every episode has something, it's impossible, man. I remember I never watched any of his shows. I've only seen snippets.
Same.
And a lot of shows are like that, right? So whenever I started to go on an investigation or do something, and nothing happens, like nothing happens, man. You realize, oh, these shows are crock, basically, and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
It does. It really
Especially for
does.
someone like you, who's an actual investigator, who does actual work. And you know what's real and what's not. So.
Well, they miss a lot of things, like a lot of important steps. It seems now. This could be editing on behalf of the production company,
Right.
but there's a lot of steps that they skip in the investigation process. And yes, it can be a little boring, but at the same time, a lot of stuff could be telling. Like I have a 40 question 30, 40 questions of a questionnaire that I ask every single one of my clients, and it is boring. And sometimes it's very interesting, though, especially when you get to some of the last questions. But they never really showed that process, and I get it for time, but at
Right.
the same time, I'll give you a good example. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can watch old episodes of Ghost Hunters, like in their when they had the one girl on, the redheaded girl was part of their team, and it ends up she was an actress. They just hired her,
Oh, wow.
or the production company hired her. But it was when she was with them. She was with them like 2 or 3 years, and seasons, excuse me. But and maybe some stuff happened in the off camera, but everything they were experiencing as it was happening during an investigation. Oh, did you see that weird shadow run across the catwalk over there? Well, the special effects guys would later paint in an actual shadow,
Oh,
and it just blew all the credibility out of the show. It's like, you could have had something there.
yeah.
And I don't care if it wasn't terribly visible, because there was a couple of times they caught some really good stuff. But by and large, I mean, their first season was a complete wash. They didn't catch anything, and then they started adding little bits and pieces here and there, faking a few voices here and there, and they just escalated from there. And production just ran away with their investigations, in my personal estimation, and just completely destroyed their credibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is unfortunate, because they're actually fair investigators. Of the TV investigators out there, they were the ones I admired the most.
Is
I
this the
found
one
them
with Jason
thorough.
Hawes, or am I thinking of a different
Yeah,
one?
that's the one.
Okay. Yeah.
Early
Like
on,
that.
when he and
I
Grant
like
were
that
working
guy
together.
compared to the Baggins guy. I like
Yeah,
him.
I agree.
But yeah, the that whole interdimension thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on board. Let's hear more about this. Let's find out
Let's
how
do
do
it.
we get that information? How do we see it? Show us, where are the facts? Where are the files? I want to see all this stuff. I want to
Yeah.
explore. Can we go there? Did the 12 that went to whatever, the 12 that were chosen to go to another place, is that where they went?
Oh, I
You
don't
know?
know.
The
I don't know.
Majestic 12,
I think that
whatever.
was a planet, though. I think that was
They
actually
say it was a
interstellar.
planet, but
I mean, I see what you're saying. It could be
Yeah.
an interstellar, interdimensional thing. When you talk about dimensions versus, power, I guess you can call it, fifth, sixth, and all that stuff, and the ability, more enhanced abilities come to you as you open yourself up. That's actually different than alternate realities.
right. That's
So,
true.
just there's a point of order for the audience out there.
Yeah.
Just so you know, there are different things, but it's interesting that when you talk about different dimensional abilities, spiritual dimensions, I guess we'll call it, for lack of a better term. Well, not spiritual. It is and it isn't. It's kind of weird.
A lot of people do use that as a spiritual type of thing, where they're ascending to certain dimensions.
Exactly.
I don't know about all that, but
as
they exist. I believe they exist. I believe
I
we
think
would
so
not
too.
survive in those dimensions. We can't even see certain things that, only way to see, let's say, a sphere in the fourth dimension, which is, what do they call that? I forget what they call that. We can only see the shadow of it.
Interesting.
A terra, what do they call this? Marvel actually used it as one of their elements, but it was, I forgot what, it's a sphere to the, in the fourth dimension. It looks, you can't see it. You cannot, you can only see a shadow of it.
Okay.
So if you can't see something in the fourth dimension, how can you be in the fourth dimension? How can you be in the fifth dimension? I don't think we could survive. We can't hear the same.
Yeah.
Things are different there, and I don't know if we can survive there. I mean, so if that's the dimension they're talking about,
yeah,
they can only come here, and we cannot go there. For example, Tim, if you like, they say there are people like right now we can't see everything that's in front of us. So if they are layered there are other entities walking around, maybe ghosts, maybe something else. I don't know what, but they can see us. We can't see them.
Yeah. Well, that's like the old jinn stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, man. I am fascinated
really
with all this stuff.
Yeah, it really is fascinating stuff. There's don't go off. Sorry, my phone almost made a bad noise. And what was I going to say? I thought left my head. Oh, interesting. Okay, astral. That's what I was going. Those astral dimensions. Yeah. Heidi asked the questions, thoughts on astral dimensions or meditation. Do you think we visit other dimensions? I would be surprised if we didn't.
I think when we dream, we do that.
I'm sure we do to one degree or another. Absolutely.
I think sometimes when you dream, you're actually seeing another reality of your life. I've actually had a dream where I was married to someone that I knew in high school. They were very good friends. Mm-hmm. But I never in this life considered her like someone I would be married to, right?
Yeah.
But in this dream I had, we were married, and it wasn't a great marriage. It was shaky ground. Okay. It's not like the relationship I have now, which is great. It was totally different, and I wondered, am I looking into another reality that I could have lived, with this person?
One of those quantum strings, yeah.
Yeah. Is that what dreaming is? Does dreaming allow you to take a look through a window of another life?
Yeah. Some folks use lucid dreaming to astral project. I think JJ does that.
Yes. Okay, so astral projection. When JJ did what she did to me, with my consent, I was so freaked out by it, and I did not understand it, that I actually didn't talk to her for 2 weeks. I didn't reach out, and I was trying to debunk what happened to me, and I was trying to say this is not real. There's got to be an explanation, but I couldn't figure it out. So I reached out and I say, "Hey JJ, tell me what you did, because I don't understand why I was vibrating this way." And she said, "I astral projected from my body, and I found you." Now that part was hard for me to believe because she didn't know where I was at, and she was in California. Right. Yeah. And I wasn't even in San Antonio. I was in Virginia. Okay. So she astral projected, found me in a matter of minutes. And then she said to take a look, like you let me take a look. I went past your aura and I looked with my astral projection. And I took a look to see what was going on in there. That's why you felt the vibration. And it was so strong because my energy is really intense.
Yeah.
She's right. It's intense. All right. It was crazy, man.
I've experienced that a few times.
That to me, astral projection, she can do it. I actually had, when I was trying to meditate, I was learning to meditate, and I actually was able to leave my body once. Like I was failing at this. I was like trying to meditate, I just kept failing because, thoughts in my head and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. One day it worked, and I was looking down at my body, and I could see the top of my head, and I thought, that's me. I've never seen myself from this angle. This is bizarre. And then I thought, wait, I'm free. I'm free from this. And I turned around. I wanted to leave. I was telling myself, I despise you and your problems. And I'm so glad to be free. And then in a snap, I was back in my body.
Oh.
And very confused at what happened.
Yeah,
right. Later that I oh my God, I left my body. That's what happened.
That's intense. That's great.
I tried so hard to get back to that. I have failed. And JJ refuses to show me how to do it. She says you can learn it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can learn it. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Can you do it, Tim? Can you get out?
Well, not on purpose. My meditation always leads to me sleeping. I just do it wrong, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
I just tip over.
Exactly. But it was such a unique feeling, man. I wish I could go back to that. I've heard a lot of people who have near-death experiences. I know we're running short on time here, but they're always talking about how it feels. Like when you're out and it's always this love, this overwhelming love. You're surrounded by that. This was similar, but it wasn't love. It was jubilation to be free from this terrible body that apparently my spirit does not like my body for some reason.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's the. You know what time it is? It's time to get them out of this body.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I almost did that last year.
Oh man, in a big bad way. I'm very glad you're with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the show for the most part. I want to thank you, David, for being on the show today. It was an absolute blast, and I'm very sorry for the internet interruptions.
Oh, I apologize for that as well, sir.
It
was a pleasure being on your show, Tim. Thank you for being a friend of mine, man.
Sure,
I really appreciate you. Always, having my back. I appreciate that so much.
You're very welcome.
I want to see you grow just like me, sir. Get to my
right.
level, and let's be in the stratosphere together.
Let's do it. I'm all for it. So if you follow David, follow Tim. Paranormal Insight. David, why don't you tell everyone, give them your link tree, so to speak, just describe it, where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok as Down the Rabbit Hole. If you want to get technical, usually if you type in Down the Rabbit Hole, I'm the first one, but it's _ down the rabbit hole _ and you'll go directly to my page. On YouTube, it's DAYVID from DTRH. That's my YouTube page.
Okay.
And you can also find my podcast, David Don't Know, everywhere you get podcasts, and you can also get it on my David from DTRH YouTube.
Okay.
And
so you have a YouTube where all these go up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. And let's see. There was something else I was going to add to all that, and it went out of my brain. Yep. Okay, well, that's okay.
It happens.
It does. Heidi, give us her gratitude to both of us, and our gratitude to you, Heidi, for tuning in, and for those watching at home. We got a thumbs up from someone. That's awesome. It's really cool. And gosh, guys, thank you. And David, once again, thank you for being on the show.
Yes, sir.
P.S. I wanted to share this with you. This is what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay.
This isn't the real guy. I'm pretty convinced it isn't. But apparently, I don't know if you could see this or not.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is but that looks like a really long number. I don't think it's really him. But it's pretty cool.
That is awesome. I love it.
All right, dude. Gosh. So, man, I want to be on your movie thing.
Yeah. Oh, man. For sure.
Special guest.
I'd love to have you on, man. That would be great. Absolutely.
That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's my milieu filmmaker and all that.
Yeah.
So,
we'll get you in. You'll be the special judge.
Yeah. Special judge or witness to the defense or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you, those at home, for watching and listening. My name is Tim Sedano. That's Dayvid Salinas. And this has been Paranormal Insight. David, hang on after the show. We'll talk a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to discuss on the show, please email us at paranormal.insight.podcast@gmail.com. That's paranormal.insight.podcast@gmail.com.